So hello and welcome back. Lesson 4, we are diving into really 20th century and 21st century experience of race and the cost of it, and through the framework of my family's story. While in the last part, last lesson, we looked at Fortune, Henry and Harriet, and Leah. In 4.1, we'll be looking at Lizzie's story. And in Lizzie's story, I really want you to grasp the intersectional nature of this oppression, oppressions that were leveled against her in American law and policies. So the question is, how did she navigate that? What was the impact of those laws on her life? That's the question of the chapter on Lizzie. So that's 4.1. 4.2, we're going to be going outside of the continental U.S. and going into Puerto Rico, right after the time of its annexation from the U.S., and asking the question of the line of my family that gets one great chapter, because honestly, I really could have and wanted to do more chapters on the week's line. And so we look at that line of the family, and we begin to investigate Caribbean slavery, Caribbean Jim Crow, Caribbean resilience. What's the uniqueness that I found on that line of my family? So in this chapter, I want you to dive deep into the experience of Blackness in the Caribbean, and also the loss that caused such a profound embrace of dance and song. So I want you to look, especially in this chapter, at the resilience strategies. But you can't look at the resilience without looking at the pain as well. You got to go deep. You got to understand how deep the pain went. 4.3 is on my mother, Sharon, and it was a hard chapter to write. And yet at the same time, in some ways easier, because my mom is sitting right here. I can interview her. So I did. I interviewed her many times actually for that chapter. So what I really want you to grasp in the Sharon chapter is how this resilience, this we will overcome, it's time, actually it became time to say no, time to push back. So what I want you to look for in her chapter are a few different things. I want you to see in her chapter the nature, the invisible nature of actual oppression that was happening in the North, in the structures of education and housing and transportation, sanitation. All of these are the systems that make a city work. And then finally, we come to me. This is 4.4. So 4.4 will be my chapter. But I want you to really, more than anything else, I think what I want you to get out of my chapter is to understand how we got where we are right now. This chapter follows the line of my faith life, because faith has been so central to me and my development and the work and my call, my vocation in this world. But my faith life goes directly through the American political movement called the religious right.